Hello, friends. This is my library. This is my bookshelf. I have the urge, I have the itch, the one that comes around, every once in a while to reorganize. And with my birthday just passing and Christmas coming up, I thought, what better way to try to make some space than right now? So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to remove all of these books from these shelves. And I'm going to do a little cleaning. I am going to see if there's anything that I am ready to let go of that is no longer bringing me pleasure being on my shelf, things that I do not need anymore. And I also found out about a cute little used bookstore, never been to before. And if I do find anything, I know already of a couple that I am ready to let go of. So we are going to take those in and trade them and see if maybe the used bookstore has anything that I can bring home and have a new home on my shelves. So that is the plan for today. I'm so excited. I have been wanting to kind of reorganize my bookshelves for a couple weeks now. I really I get the incessant urge to just reorganize the entire room, but this is really like plausibly the only place that these bookshelves work is in this corner. So that urge is going to have to be restrained. But I'm going to settle with reorganizing. I am trying to decide whether I want to make rainbow shelves or if I want to do alphabetical. I'm leaning towards alphabetical, but I'm going to ponder. Take your guesses down in the comments which one you think I'm going to go with. And I just thought it would be fun to kind of film the process of taking down all my books, reorganizing, and doing a little unhaul haul with you today. So that is the plan. If that interests you, be sure to stick around and hang out for a little bit. Well, out of my stacks and piles and stacks of books, I have found 10, maybe 11 books that I'm going to take to the bookstore and unhaul. Some of these I even forgot I had. So let's go over what we found in the crevices of the shelves. First and foremost, we have, I think this eventually became 4 books, but I only have the first 3. It is Bared to You by Sylvia Day. This is like a very 50 Shades of Grey-esque story. I read them all when they first came out, when I was very into the 50 Shades of Grey, but they were hiding like behind books. They weren't even being displayed. So I'm going to say goodbye to them today. We also have a couple of YAs. We have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I have not read this, and I just don't think I'm ever going to get around to it. Same with This Is Where It Ends. I don't remember what this is about. I just remember it is a YA. I think it has something to do with a school shooting. So sad. So I'm going to say goodbye to both of those. I also have all of the Beautiful Creatures. I have the whole series. This is the first of a new series in the same world. I'm probably never going to revisit that world. I do like having the originals on my shelves, the original 4 Beautiful Creatures books, because I loved them so much and they just give me like so much nostalgia, but I very seriously doubt that I'm ever going to revisit the world and continue on in this second series. So this is also being unhauled today. I have a graphic novel. It is a 2-in-1. I really did enjoy this. It's actually a trilogy. It's called Cemetery Girl by Charlene Harris and Christopher Golden, but I'm never going to reread this. Like I said, the trilogy was good, but I do not need this on my shelf, so into the unhaul pile it goes. This is another book that I never read. I bought it because it was Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning, and I really thought that I was going to read it and see if they could be authors as well, see how talented they were, how their writing chops were, and I've just never gotten around to it. It's a mystery set in like their little hometown in the 90s. I debated on getting rid of this because, you know, like I might read it eventually, but it's been on my shelves since it came out, which was, oh gosh, like years and years ago, 2019, and I have never even felt the pull to pick it up, so I think it's time to call it. These next 3, the last 3, I have read, and a couple of them I did not enjoy. Another one was just okay, but it does not bring me joy seeing it on my shelf. So this one is The Lost by Natasha Preston. I read this and hated it. Like it was real bad. I did not like it at all. I think I gave it like 1.5 stars. And the half star was just because the idea, like the premise was good, but I could not get behind it. So this is going away. I also very recently read Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake, and I am so sad that I spent money on this. This is the risk that you run buying books that you haven't read. And like Sydney always makes fun of me for buying books that I've already read, but I want books on my shelves that I enjoy, and I don't want to like waste my money on books that I'm going to end up not liking and then just selling anyway. So that was the case with this one. And lastly, we have The Maid by Nita Prose. And lastly, we have The Maid by Nita Prose. This is a mystery thriller, kind of. Mostly mystery, I feel. And it was decent when I read it. It was just very forgettable. Like I barely remember anything about it, and I just read it earlier this year. And I'm not going to be continuing in the rest of the series, so this one is being added to the pile as well. So let me actually count because I didn't do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books that we are going to be taking to the bookstore and seeing if we can get some credit and seeing if we can replace them with bigger and better books. So I'm going to get out of sweatpants and let's head to the bookstore. Hello friends, we are back in the stacks. We are back from our book shopping journey. They took everything other than the 3 Sylvia Day books, which I don't blame them. They're super old, but my other place that I usually go will definitely take them. So I will take those next time I head up to the book rack. But I did manage to get some store credit and to find a couple of books to add to this organizing mess, fiasco, expedition. So I found, first of all, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. They had a bunch of Emily Henrys, and it took some willpower not to bring home every Emily Henry that I don't already own, because I would like to read all of her backlist. I have only read People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read so far. Loved Beach Read. People We Meet on Vacation was just okay. So, but I am absolutely so excited for this one. I don't know if this is actually the next chronologically that she released, because it would make me happy to think that, well, I read Beach Read first, so I didn't read them chronologically, but I'm very excited about this one. I was also so excited to find a copy of Where I End by Sophie White. I have been seeing this kind of make its rounds, and I have been so intrigued. It says it is a modern gothic horror novel of a young woman who falls into a dark obsession after an artist and her baby enter her life. I did know that it was kind of surrounding like motherhood, and I've just heard that it's like very strange, and I am so excited. It says, at night, my mother creaks. The house creaks along with her. Sometimes in the morning we find her in places. We never see her move. We just come upon her. Okay, so hear me out. I own the trilogy, the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Have I read them? No, but did I go ahead and buy Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom? Yes. Yes, I did. I might have a problem. I think I now own like 6 Leigh Bardugo books, and I have read none of them. We're going to change that in 2026, though. This is such a beloved classic duology, and I cannot believe I haven't read them yet. But I really want to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first, so that so those are definitely going to be very high up on my 2026 TBR, so I can finally get to this duology. I am very happy with my trades, with the Unhaul that I had and the little haul that I got from the new bookstore that I visited. So now comes the fun question mark part. I get to put all of these books back on my shelf, and I am going to do it alphabetically. I am so excited. It's going to look so good, I hope. And it'll be a lot easier, I think, to try to add new books into it when it's already organized into alphabetical order, because I won't have to try to kind of figure out where it's going to go. Like, it's already going to have its place alphabetically. So it's going to be a lot, but let's do this. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I have done it. I have finished. My shelves are officially in alphabetical order, and I love it. It does make it a little bit more challenging to have like front facing books. I'll have to, if I want a couple of them front facing, because I do have some room, even with the shelf that I took out to put in the tree. I do still have some room on the edges, so I might play around with it a little bit to see if I can get a few of my favorites front facing. But for now, I am done. I feel very accomplished. I love it. That is going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around and watched the whole transformation, let me know down in the comments if you do have a bookshelf as well. Let me know how you organize your books. I would be so curious to find out. I hope you are having a wonderful December so far. I hope you are loving what you are reading lately, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, friends.